TLO, what's poppin'? We are on Twitch. We are live. But by the time you see it, we won't be. So just leave a like, comment, subscribe. Turn on your post notification bells. Let's continue to grow the family from Chicago to the UK. Right behind me, you see it. Sensitive people. Twitch.com is where you can catch a live stream. Usernames at the bottom of the screen. And we also got Patreon 7 days a week. The guards inside the K. A lot of people don't consider Ireland part of the UK. I just want to mention that I do know. Please don't comment it. Talk to me.
Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. No copyright infringement intended. All rights belong to their respective owners.
We the motherfucker stayed off the fucking clip. Yeah, just how I do it. Fuck you. Everybody, man. See the fucking thinking that.
Started off, nigga.
The K district is absolutely mental. I don't think my mother would let me go to work if she knew what I was dealing with every day.
Any reason you have a hammer and a hatchet in the backyard?
No. I don't want to see this. Fast forward, man. There we go. Sounds negative.
I'm responsible for all crime, I suppose, that happens within the Blanchardstown district, or District K as we call it.
I suppose the reason I joined law enforcement in An Garda Síochána was I had an interest in helping people. It was something I'd wanted.
Thelma, that is funny. What is Scooby-Doo Thelma?
To do. I'd seen my mum involved in a similar role in the nursing. As I got into it, it was something I had great job satisfaction out of.
Thanks for the work, lads. I know everyone's kind of burnt out at this stage between all the other stuff that's going on.
So the K district includes Blanchardstown, Finglas and Cabra, so everything within the red boundary mark here, which is a significant policing district. We have a population of 175,000 people and it covers almost 95 square kilometres.
DMR West has the potential to be one of the finest, best places in Ireland to live. And there's some people enjoying that already. What you really want is that a society that has given people an opportunity.
District K. I hope we get to see somebody that got the little cut. Fresh.
We have to be out there. We have to be targeting those that are involved in crime. Their job is to avoid getting caught, and our job is to make sure that they do get caught and that we do put them before the courts. There's 365 days in a year to do it, and we...
All I can think about while watching this is Line of Duty. Keep in mind, I did watch that entire series on Patreon. I'll be trying to tell y'all to tune in.
When you need one day to get lucky, they need to be lucky all 365.
Finglas.
That if you had enough in your possession of controlled drug to be cocaine, that's contrary to Section 3 and Section 27 as amended by Section 6, the Misuse of Drugs Act 1984. I'm going to caution you as follows in relation to these. You're not obliged to say anything unless you wish to do so, and you do say we'll be taken down in writing and maybe given as evidence. Is there anything you'd like to say in relation to them two charges? I had worked in a hairdresser's previously to join in the Guards. I really loved drama and, other people's lives.
So you've been nosy. You was born nosy, so this is for you.
How old are you?
16.
You ain't never minded your business.
Here's your next of kin. And have you been in trouble before?
No.
This is the first call she'll get to come and get you from a guard station.
Yeah.
How do you think she's going to take this?
I don't know.
Yeah. And I imagine it's going to be a nice one for her, huh? You could be here for 24 hours. Now, we don't anticipate that you will be, but I have to inform you that you could be.
Yeah.
Okay? You understand?
Yeah, we're back down to take you out in about 5 minutes.
Alright, that's grand. Good man.
When they arrest you in Chicago, I think this is everywhere. They They don't take your shoes, but they take your laces. And they take anything with a drawstring in it. So you don't hang yourself. Or like cause harm to yourself.
You never had your prints taken before, no? No. So all this is, so you just roll your finger onto it then. Yeah. And I'll have the sheet here, and you roll your finger onto it as well. Your right thumb, right? So once you roll it across.
They're amazing.
Every time I get my prints taken, I play dumb like I don't know what is happening. Well, you do it. Why am I helping?
How are you? Celine is my name, the sergeant in charge of Finglas Garda Station. We have your son in custody here. He was caught with yes, Finglas Garda Station, yeah. Yeah, perfect. No, that's grand. He said he was never in trouble before, so I take it it's not a nice phone call for you. Yeah, well look, come down and we'll have a chat. Is that all right? That's grand. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Bye.
A wee chat.
When people come to the public counter, they look to see the sergeant. The disappointment that crosses their face because I walk out, I'm a 5'4" blonde. They're not expecting me. Do you have details for your parent?
I made down.
Pardon?
I made down.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. That's my birthday last week.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
What you do for it?
Just went to pictures of my girlfriend.
Very good. You weren't out romancing her tonight, no? No. Out with the boys, huh?
I bet you she asked you to stay home too and you didn't listen.
Gun crime in Dublin has claimed another life today.
One line of inquiry is that this may be linked to a local feud.
Of course, man, it's different out there, man. Families be feuding. That's tough.
Just take your hands out where they are, will you?
Yeah.
Hey, it was like you weren't going to stop there for a minute.
Oh no, yeah, I didn't know whether you were stopping me.
Yeah, well, there's nobody else in the road, alright? Will you just take your hand out of your pocket? You have no blades or anything, will you? Will you just take your hand out of your pocket for me? Come on, what's in your pocket? What's in it? Control. Remote control? Yeah.
Don't be fidgeting with armed guards where you're not. And Jesus Christ, you're killing me here.
The last few years, the level of violence has definitely escalated. Access to firearms has definitely gone way up. Retaliation attacks has definitely gone up.
When was this filmed?
And it's all coming from Gangland.
It's just the way it is here. When you stop a car or you stop somebody involved in the feud, definitely a huge chance you're going to come across a firearm.
There's nothing drugs-wise or weapons or anything in the car or anything, no?
The car's only got tools in the back boot. That's all.
Grant.
The K district is kind of unique insofar as you've got fractions of groups involved in feuds in various parts. Finglas, Blanche, Cabra, they all have their own little crime networks and they're all kind of feuding with each other, not only on a local level, but then you've people feuding with other people in town as well, you know.
What's in the bag in the back?
There's an awful lot of change within the last 10 years. Violence seems to be more just widespread.
I feel like this is episode 1, obviously. They letting us know. Alright, we're gonna get y'all in here smoothly. We don't want to get too negative. But see, me, I'm the type, I want negative off the bat. Punch me in the face with negativity. You feel me?
Spread serious violence. A bigger issue with drugs and gangland crime and
I want to see that.
Crime has definitely escalated again the last few years.
I mean, people kind of, the attitude you get off people now is, oh, she'll let them kill themselves. But that's
what they do in Chicago.
That's never the case with these things. There's been innocent people killed in these feuds. You have to realise that if the police don't take them on, well then no one will.
Up to 205.
I think the police in Iraq just tired. They getting wore out.
The reason I got into the guards was I had a family member murdered when I was very, very young.
Control teams in the Kilo, lads, for...
So this is personal for you.
A Karen Fire Hunters Run. CFBF report to Karen Fire Hunters Run. You know what? Blakestown hostages, Blakestown hostages. I know exactly where it is.
Kilo Alpha 205, control at scene.
Roger that.
It probably did have an effect, and I decided at that stage, without realising it, that this is what I wanted to do.
It's crazy because you could have went two ways, that way, or you could have become a savage and got your get back and spun the block.
Alright.
Either way, you getting your get back.
Disregard.
Right. It's just there. I think he was near the gate. He ran to get away. He shot 3 times around the chest area and then once in the back of the head.
That's somebody's son. That's a mother's cry.
She's very upset now inside.
The focus for Gardaí now is to establish a motive for this attack and who's responsible.
This is nothing like Police Interceptors. This is like a little bit of Police Interceptors versus the crime documentary. I asked for negativity.
Christmas is gone now.
I didn't know it was gonna get this negative.
No, it's no Christmas in my house. What a night.
Forensic searches were being carried out in Blakestown in West Dublin today as Gardaí continue to investigate a shooting.
I'm sorry it took me this long to react to this. This is actually pretty good. In the first 9 minutes, I'm good. I'm good, y'all. I came on tired, but I'm not tired anymore.
The scene was sealed off today as the Garda forensic examination was carried out.
It's December 18th when I'm watching this. That's December 23rd. What year?
The scene was sealed off today as the Garda forensic examination was carried out.
It's a huge investigation, the amount of man hours that go into it. So straight away you have to start canvassing for house to house and for CCTV. The injured party lives here and he was shot and murdered here. One man comes out of the park, assassinates him, jumps into the vehicle, and then the vehicle then goes up this way. I'm right in saying that, am I right?
Assassinates him. Even the terminology is wild.
So the car's abandoned and people run.
Assassination sounds like murder for hire.
Run from it. Like, we don't know specifically where they've run to, and they leave the scene and we can't say how they left. So like, we've been tasked with a job to find out where they left and what they left in, and then possibly canvass the route then. The problem we're going to have now is the day before Christmas Eve, like, and this is not where someone's going to want to be going around knocking at houses. Like, for us, we have a task ahead of us today.
I feel like she's who I want Lisa to be. In charge.
We had to rule out the fact that they may have stopped to discard the weapon that was used to kill the deceased. So on that basis, we were there to drag the river, as they say, to try and gather evidence or find a firearm or possible firearm that was used. It wasn't recovered, but still, that was the purpose of it.
Anything in this nature, like CCTV is a huge one. Analysis of phones would be...
You know, there's a river that runs down the middle of Chicago. Like from... It's the Chicago River. It just runs down the middle, straight through, from north to south, like all the way. Like, I don't know when it starts and when it ends. But if they actually like search that, oh man.
Another huge line of inquiry. And then, yeah, witness accounts. And we can't really rely on many witness accounts at the minute because there's very few people that are forthcoming with that kind of information. So we're going to be relying a lot on CCTV and phones, I'd imagine. But that's kind of par for the course for these kinds of murders. Like,
first few days after fatal or near fatal shooting, crucial. Everyone's non-stop basically for those.
This is like 24 hours in the police custody. Appreciate the follow. First 48 mixed with police interceptors, mixed with a bunch of stuff. I'm good, man. I'm chilling.
A few days.
Not the worst about CCTV. You actually just have to sit and watch it.
Hey man, I was about to ring in. Grand. I need to organise footage from the station camera, and then have you contact anyone in Broombridge Lewis? First 48 hours in anything like this is kind of critical to try and hit the ground running, you know.
Now, we don't actually have access to the CCTV footage here, but I could possibly get you the details of someone who would be able to give you the CCTV.
Send it again.
Drop it in. No, you got it.
That's Broombridge and Cabra, well, isn't it?
It's the Lewis station.
Oh, the Lewis, you need to check that. It's Lewis.
It's the Lewis station.
Yeah, I'm filming.
I have to eliminate it. That's the issue. I know, and that's just where I'd love to find him. Yeah, he came down to that wall there. Yeah, me and him went down to that wall. And then where the reverse lights of that car are, that's where the bollards are. We're just trying to canvass for footage here. But the problem being is, they're in kind of the middle.
That's her last name? That's not a nickname? How you say it? Proudfoot? What is she, tribal? Selena Proudfoot. That's crazy.
Love the green area where
I actually kind of like it, but it's like, dang, I ain't never would have. You know what I'm saying? That's like my name being the TheeLitOne black guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? It do got a ring to it, but dang.
people have footage, they're going to be naturally on their own houses, so we'll have to be lucky to get it. And there's no cameras in the park either, which is a shame. So it's just to see whether any of these apartments or houses up here, yeah, we'll be very lucky, I can imagine, if we do get it.
Now, shortly afterwards, Gardaí discovered a burnt-out car. Now, both crime scenes remain sealed off this evening. Gardaí have been carrying out initial examinations of the scene.
These are professionals.
All right, and then what's across from it?
Yeah.
2 days before Christmas, you have guards knocking on people's doors, asking them to help and to let us in. Like, you know, when you have, you know, people worrying about Santi and you were presenting at the door. Now, to be fair, people were very receptive to us. Hello, how are you, Gardaí? How are things? Okay. You know, everything's fine, everything's fine. We're just doing a bit of CCTV inquiries in relation to a...
I don't even answer my phone, so if you knock on my door, I'm definitely not answering. 100%.
Burnt out car. I will never be knocking on someone's door saying you've won the lottery. Like, I'm knocking on someone's door to say, like, something bad's after happening, or...
And that's why you will not get an answer from me.
It's happened to somebody else and I need your help. I suppose that's something different than most of their jobs.
So the process is we keep going the way we're going, interviewing as many people as we can. When somebody else is mentioned as being there or may have something to do with it or may know something about it, then we go and meet them, we interview them, we take statements. From there then you go from the forensic side, you try and you'll download and you'll do telephonic analysis on the deceased's phone and then speak to associates of the deceased to see if any of them will tell you what's going on or point you in a certain direction, and then you just keep going, keep building evidence, try and get as much forensic evidence from the scene.
I see it.
And then try and build a case and eventually try and build a suspect to someone who committed the murder, go and arrest them, try and prove it, and then take them to court.
I wonder if it's any different than the regular UK judicial system out here. In the Garda. In the K.
We're going to discuss this morning, I suppose, the plan for the funeral over the weekend. We don't know, I suppose, with funerals like this. Sometimes it's difficult to plan what response they'll put in place themselves. But we're going to be in a position to support that.
Like, gangland funerals can escalate to violence sometimes, you know.
They shoot up funerals very often in Chicago. Very often. That's why I don't go.
There, in a security capacity, we have to mind the people attending the funerals.
There's a lot of firearms out there in the K. Gavin, I'd ask that your resources tomorrow, I think you're putting in extra resources in Finglas, that it could be an opportunity where they'll see us focused on the funeral and police in that event tomorrow, that we have to keep our eye on everything else.
Because it could be something that they use, opposing gangs could use as an opportunity to have some retaliation, or that kind of thing.
If you're in the drugs trade or you're in organised crime, if one of your lads is hit, you have to be seen to retaliate.
Yeah. And people, what I'm just speaking like the devil's advocate, what better place than to catch all your ops at once? It's diabolical, but I mean, nobody's playing fair nowadays.
Gardaí have had checkpoints and armed patrols in the area recently. They now say that after this shooting they'll be revisiting those checkpoints to reassure the local community.
I've been in the Guards now for 11 years, qualified about 10 years, and I've spent my whole career so far in the K. The K.
And 11 years and you directing traffic.
K has got a bad reputation, Finglas and Blanchardstown especially, and in certain places it's well deserved. But at the same time, even the worst estates or the worst roads in Finglas or Blanch still have like ordinary decent people living on them, just trying to get on with their lives and some semblance of peace. Like, so you kind of have to remind yourself sometimes who we're out there for. There's no shortage of good people out there in Finglas and Blanch, Cabra. Day in, day out, we're not dealing really with the good people, we're dealing with the bad people.
So the footage here we have is online, and it shows basically two gangs indiscriminately shooting at each other within the Cordova area. It's a really, really small area. Like, definitely I can see it's spiraling.
That's the thing about out there, man. They don't even send foot soldiers or youngins to, like, they don't even send the lower tier gang members to do stuff. Dude was in a whole polo going to go to a meeting of...
I think that's the generation that we're dealing with now. Like, I think most of the ages of the people involved in the feuds now is 22, 23.
Oh,
so
okay.
They're children, basically. It's reckless. They don't care. They're just letting off shots. You know, there's no accuracy to it. Like, you know, anyone could be killed in relation to that. And since that instant, we're now in a position where daily we're having reprisal attacks from each side.
I'm trying to remember how active. Yeah, 21, 22, yeah. Super active.
Operation Runoff is an operation set up to basically police persons involved in feuds within the K district.
Go ahead.
Roger, we're just the far side of the wall here. Anything moving there?
Negative.
Just got a call of suspicious activity at the rear of a house, target's house. Bag's been moved, so we've one car going in the front way, we're up the back here, and the lads are just out checking the lane by there. So just make sure there's no one going to come out over the walls here for a minute.
Just hold on here for a sec, will you? What's the Aaron, what?
A few months ago we had 6 shootings like in 48 hours. Only 4 of them got reported. We found out about the other 2 after. It seems to be one family trying to take over all the business, and they want everyone either working for them or not working at all. That's what it seems to be anyway, you know. It's drugs, like drugs and greed.
From a family.
And there is kids out, like there was the shooting there a few weeks ago outside the school, you know, 4 o'clock or 3:30 in the evening. Kids everywhere.
So we're going to give a very quick overview as to what exactly happened. So if you just want to note exact kind of the MO of what they're doing and how they're doing it, they've an actual bucket, a plastic bucket of what we believe to be petrol, some sort of flammable material. They light.
Oh, they're throwing Mazel Tov things? This really happens? This is really like Grand Theft Auto. This is a residential neighborhood. Y'all throw a Mazel, like, what is this called? Cocktail bottle? What is these called?
2 different bottles.
Molotov cocktails. There we go. They really wildin'.
Again, for the purpose of setting fire to the house, we can see they have hatchets in their hands and a bag with possibly rock.
Now it do look like a bando though. Look at this. Garbage. The next door neighbor's lawn is well kept. This is not.
To some sort of projectile that went through his window and they get disposed of afterwards. And look, the reality in relation to this is there was 2 people in the house at the time upstairs asleep. So there was a huge possibility someone could have been killed there.
And I can't stress how important and how serious the risk to member safety is at this stage. We're in kind of unprecedented territory. This is the most volatile feud in the country. So there's an awareness of the amount of pressure that we're under.
Did they say which families?
This puts us in a position that realistically we have to anticipate that there's going to be retaliation for it, and as well as that there may be further acts of criminality and serious crime. In the K, we have a number of gang feuds that are impacting only on the K district. Some of those are internally within the Blanchardstown district, some of them are internally within Finglas. Then as well as that, we have those gangs targeting each other across Blanchardstown into Finglas, and indeed from other...
I'm not gonna lie, this is shocking. Bro threw a Molotov cocktail in somebody's house. The UK, Ireland, y'all really be giving it up. Europe in general, this is like... Y'all got no chill. Y'all be taking it a little bit too far. I mean, never mind. I'm from Chicago. We can't even talk, but still.
Other districts into us as well. It's all down to drugs and money that's to be made from drugs. People wanting power, looking for control of different turf areas.
It's like the K is like a Fortnite map.
People dealing left, right and centre. There's gaps been put in quite regularly over the last few weeks, but it's just to kind of give it one good hit this evening, just to let them know what we're about and that we're around, basically.
We have to deal with these people full on in their face. We have to let...
Was that a male?
We have to deal with these people.
Why bro got on skin tight jeans? Like, do you know that you're a police officer? You might have to run? Dude.
Full on in their face. We have to let them know they're not going to get away with this.
Guardy!
Don't even think about it.
We know they're violent people. We know they're capable of anything. They have no respect for us, no respect for life. And we're in it every day. But it's the job we signed up for.
I hate how undercover cops dress. It bothers me.
Guardy, you want a warrant? Open the door!
How are you this week? Remember me?
Yeah.
How are you this week? You remember me?
What did I say to you? You're not, you shouldn't have on you. You have a nice little bit in here, so you have.
Golly.
Don't move. Don't move.
Are you
Okay.
ERU?
No, I'm not ERU,
Where
right?
you?
It doesn't matter what I am. I'm telling you to leave the area now and leave it quietly.
Leave it now.
Right, come on, go. You're getting a chance, so go and keep quiet. You won't tell me anything because the next thing you'll be up in the station, right?
God, that would terrify me.
It would, yeah. Come on, go.
Don't put your head
Don't
into me.
put your hand in.
Don't put your head into me, Calvin. Calm down.
Oh, so whisper.
I'm not gonna lie, they seem like a-holes.
Any reason you have a hammer and a hatchet in the back of your car?
Work.
Yeah, because I was chopping wood today down to the mother's.
Kenneth? Kenneth? I didn't think you were that silly. We're going to arrest you for possession of offensive weapons.
Serious?
Okay, yeah. Listen, you know and I know what's going on around here. You can't be going around with a hatchet and a hammer in the back of your
It's
car.
just-
Good man. Thank you. You've nothing on you, Dina?
She fucking recorded for. Fuck off.
Stop it now. Don't be using
What do you mean,
abusive.
stop? What you
Don't
record
be
me for?
using abusive language in a public place, okay?
Yeah.
It's to do with drugs and everything else that goes with it. They've been tit for tat kind of punishment beatings and assaults for the last, I'd say, 6 months between a phrase on the forecourts of garages when both sections meet.
The phrase in the forecourts of carriages?
There's been arrests and stuff to do with that, but it hasn't quelled it. It's just getting worse.
How you tell me?
Petrol bombs. There we go.
Faggot, you'd love it, you would. You'd love it, you little bitch. You little bitch, Little bitch, I'd ride you, would. I'd ride you, would. I'd ride you like a little faggot, would. Slap the little fat ass off you, ride you, little bitch. Show you who's boss. Now come in and do it. You little windbag right behind your badge. Little faggot, you little bitch, you little bitch,
Granted, he's hiding behind his badge and you're hiding behind your private property. You won't go on the other side of the gate and he won't take the badge off. We're at a stalemate right here.
Windbag. I told you I'd ride you like a bitch, you would, Get on camera, you little faggot, All these
Why'd you keep doing that? Why'd you keep doing that?
What would you do? What would you do?
Are you gonna do it?
What would you do? Do it then. Come in and do it, you little windbag,
I'm not gonna do it.
You little windbag, Without that badge on, nobody,
I don't have a badge on.
He said I don't have a badge on. The vest implies you have a highlighter vest on that says guard out on it. Team prepares to make an arrest.
Most of us know you're here this morning anyway. It's in relation to an investigation of an assault causing harm.
Throwing a petrol bomb, then going to go have lunch just seems outrageous to me. At that point, I'm making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in the crib. Like, I'm ordering DoorDash or Deliveroo. That's what y'all got. Like, I'm gonna lay low a little bit.
On Saturday, 2 days ago, in the afternoon, the assault takes the form of kicking, punching, but was more seriously even with what we believe to be a knife. He cut him down the right-hand side of his chest. More a slice, I suppose, than a stab wound, but nevertheless an amount of blood loss and a wound, nevertheless. So the three of them head out in the porch area. We believe the motive for the alleged assault to be with debt. The ERU are going to effect entry, so they'll maintain control of the premises until they're happy that it's secure, and then they'll hand it over to ourselves.
Is that the same dude?
Come down onto the cul-de-sac next to him. You can see what happens to your mate up in front of you. You prick, you at the credit union. That's what you're gonna fucking get.
Let me see if you're alright, and then I'll
He'll be brought down. He's going to be brought down. He's alright. You can be sure he's alright.
You fucking watch. And you watch as well, McGotten. Don't worry, there'll be grenades and all going off the branches. Now, boy, you get out here.
Grenades?
Yeah, we're here under call.
We don't give a fuck.
Come on, man.
Fucking Scott! The porters and all outside the captain. I'm gonna give you a dog's life, okay?
The type of people we're dealing with, we know have access to guns, grenades, so...
Steroids too, by the sound of it. But he gotta be roided out. He gotta be putting the alcohol patch to that left cheek and then getting the needle ready. He got to be.
It is a very realistic threat.
There's no need for putting
I'll talk to you inside,
no,
yeah?
I don't want to get out,
Yeah,
you
no.
fucking nephews.
They really gave him time for the threat. Oh wait, no, the assault was with the bladed article. Never mind.
Three of the last 6 high-profile murders or attempted murders have happened in the K. So again, it's you're draining the resources. So you have your detectives and your street crime unit out, doing your investigations, and for one, and all of a sudden you have another, and then it's the same pool of people that you're using then to investigate that, and then another, and then the same pool of people that you're using to investigate that. Like,
Why do I have a funny feeling you're lying to me?
In the K district alone, we've had 2 murders and 5 attempted murders. It's the same team dealing with all of those. So the amount of work involved is just incredible. They really are pushed to the pin of their collar every day here in the K.
There for a couple of...
Pushed to the pin of their collar? Why do UK be using like terms that I've never even heard? What does that even mean? What pin is on my collar? Oh, like the... What pin is on my collar?
Weeks we were just
inundated with incidents. Like, it was getting to the stage where you were just running on empty. It was insane.
A man in his 20s is in a critical condition after he was shot in West Dublin this evening.
Lee Boylan had stopped at traffic lights in his van on the Blakestown Road yesterday evening at around 5 p.m. when he was approached by a lone gunman who fired 4 shots.
When we got up there, I would have bet my house that he wasn't.
My bad. Ireland, and also the UK, they be using some terminology that I don't.
Going to pull through. The sheer amount of blood. I could see that he had at least one bullet hole in his neck. He was unconscious.
Checked his pulse. There was a lot of blood. You could see it flowing out of the van underneath.
The lads, did their job brilliantly. Started working on him straight away.
There was little to no pulse. We knew at that stage he was he was kind of gone. So took him from the van. Myself and 2 other members started CPR on him.
There were a number of people in the area, including children. A number of bullets entered the van, came out the far side. Anybody in the vicinity could have been shot dead.
The man was treated at the scene. However, he was rushed by ambulance to James Connolly Hospital in Blanchardstown, where he remains in a critical...
I'm gonna be real with you. Like, if I see somebody get shot, I'm not helping. I'm not running over there. I'm not being brave. I'm not doing none of that. What I'm gonna do is mind my business. Per usual. You know what I'm saying? Especially in that sense. Like, if somebody got into a car accident, maybe I will run over there and be like, oh, let me open the door, let me pull you out, let me be a hero. But, like, if you get shot, dude might still be around. He might spin the block for a double tap, and I don't want to be present. I don't want to be a part of the Leave No Witness Brigade. You know what I'm saying? I'm good.
Condition this evening.
That's me.
The big risk comes when organised crime groups become personal, and I think at the minute we have a situation where things are very personal. It's absolutely about targeting specific individuals, and that's the reality of our policing at the minute, trying to keep those people alive despite the harm that they're actually affecting on communities.
Lee Boylan's father, the victim.
Noel Boylan got shot outside on the road there, once in the back and one in the arm. Non-life-threatening injuries there at the moment. Yeah, Lee was shot there a couple of months ago. I was up at that as well. You want to see him today that Lee got shot? For fuck's sake, it was a rush hour traffic. Every shooting was reckless, but this is definitely, you can see yourself, a lot of people around, a lot of people heading to the Liverpool match. People even in shopping,
Even a dog running.
This was full of shoppers. Like, there was people everywhere, kids out.
Dang, she left her daughter and
lane, a lot of traffic. Another reckless, murder attempt. Harry, where's he? Did it happen inside or outside?
The first shooting would have been Noel Boylan. I was involved with Lee Boylan shooting, but I wasn't at scene, so I was first at scene for Noel Boylan shooting.
Noel, how are you? You all right there? Whereabouts you hit?
In the stomach. Fuck off with this. I'm here to aid you.
Hurry.
Fuck off with your questions, yeah?
Hi, hold on a second now, relax. All right?
His son Lee was shot a few months previous. He tends to forget that it was one of our lads who actually revived Lee on that day and brought him back to life, and that's why Lee is still standing today.
Well, they don't care. Gangsters do not care. You doing your job. It does not. It's not going to change the code. You don't get points.
Just 1 second, all right?
Oh, leave it on. Fuck off.
Nolly, are you at the front or the back, all right?
Don't fill the back.
How many times?
One.
Just one, all right?
It's gone into the
all right, okay, just stand back there for a second.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to give the ambulance and firefighters a hard time. Like, go ahead, save me, buddy. Save me. Now, and if I choose to, give me the ability to make the choice to go get my get back. You know what I'm saying? I don't condone any of that behavior, but I'm just saying.
He had been shot, I think, through his lower abdomen, so straight away just ensured that an ambulance had been called. Kilo 122, can we just check is there an ambulance en route here, please? Don't give him the drink. Don't give him the drink. Don't give him the drink. He was looked there. Have you any gloves in it? See, a person can get shot and he can start to bleed in, you know, and they can go quiet. If they go quiet, you start to get worried. But he was still talking, he was still breathing.
Fuck off, Ted, yeah?
All right.
Wait, why can't you give him something to drink?
By someone who had a bullet wound. Just, you know, he was so blasé about it, he just didn't want to help. I
got friends that got shot, but you know what, nobody's ever offered them something to drink as they shot, so I wouldn't even.
Scum, we were anything you can think of. That's what resonated with me from that whole day. Not the fact that a shooting had occurred, it was his blatant hatred for the guards.
Girl, shut up. Why are you taking this personal? You know they hate you. Like, why are you so concerned about being liked as a police officer by the OCG? Like, what are you trying to get on payroll? Like, what are you talking about?
It's Noel, just once here and once in the arm, lads. He had a bit of a drink of water now, so that's all. You didn't take any painkillers or anything, no? All right.
Right, get some oxygen on him, get a blood pressure. I'm going to give you some morphine now in a second, relax. What's in there?
It burns.
Noel.
No, just put this mask in your face.
There's oxygen there, Noel, it'll help you breathe, okay?
I interviewed some of the people that were in the shop that day.
No answers.
And, most of them were totally oblivious to what had happened. But even then, they continued shopping.
Yeah. Need my groceries. I salute that behavior because that's how heavily I would be minding my business. I'd continue shopping. I'd duck. Oh, snap. And then I'll get my cart and do what I do.
Today's about 90 kilos. Yeah, so
Lads, call in from DFB. They're going up to Labrador for fires. They're just looking for a plan.
Lads, move out of the way. He's okay. Yeah, just tell it he's okay. He's okay. Well, your daughter's just there, just inquiring about you. We told her you're okay, alright? Pass that. You want a room with you, yeah? Yeah, we'll bring her up. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, Buddy is definitely on the payroll.
You're gonna go in the car there, okay? Yeah.
He's okay. That's what he's going to do about it. Nothing.
Relax. Very hostile crowd.
She wants that get back.
There. Look at emotions are going, you know.
They're angry, they're scared, they might be irate, and they have to direct all that somewhere, and it usually gets...
Angry, scared, irate, and Irish. It's not looking good for the ops.
Directed at us, which makes it harder for us to work.
They're going to throw that hatred at us until the end of their days, no doubt. That's never ever going to change. But they can't see themselves in the circle that they've gotten involved in. They will never see themselves as criminals. They will never see themselves as being involved in this outrageously dangerous feud that they're involved in. And that's just how it is. Like, they do nothing wrong, ever. And that's always their go-to. Like, I've done nothing wrong, I'm not involved in anything. What are you talking about? That's not me.
I know him over the years. He wasn't too cooperative there now, he just kept telling us to fuck off, but he doesn't realise we're just there trying to help him. And, you know, but look, he's upset. I suppose you would be too if you got shot. Everything happens so quick, you know. We were just on our way for food and this happens, you know. It's always the way. Everything just happens here in the K and Blanche very, very quick.
So, you gonna go eat or no?
His son is going to go fucking nuts when he hears this.
Why?
Because he's in the hospital up here.
Oh, wow.
He's in JCM as well, yeah.
So?
His can't fire on swords, but whether it's something to do with this or not, we don't know. That'll come out in the wash, you know.
Yeah.
No going home early tonight.
No.
10 minutes left. This is a good show. Operation Runoff, briefing for firearms retrieval.
My concern again continues to be the fact that we have a number of firearms out there, and I think any opportunity we have to reinforce their vulnerability around the firearms that are up there and around the capacity that the individuals have with the firearms and the lack of respect that they have for the guards. They've previously assaulted a number of the members where there's no firearms involved. We've now moved into a space where they're involved in a gang feud. There is very, very serious risk to all our members' safety.
So as a series of shootings occurred in Corduff area over the weekend, this area of woodland close to the scenes of the shooting has been identified as a place where weapons may have been concealed. Searches have been ongoing.
Who identified that?
Over the last number of days. It's quite dense woodland, so a decision was made to bring in the army to assist the guards, and which have resulted in 4 sawn-off shotguns being found. Guys that you wouldn't think would be prone to take up a firearm have easy access to them at the minute, and for an unarmed force, we're going up against them, and it's, you know, what do you have? You have an asp and a pepper spray, so it's not gonna.
Yeah, but you also got a badge. Like, you gotta you gotta come across somebody that don't care about nothing for them to actually get on that with y'all.
It's not gonna help you that much if you have a gunpoint.
Because it's at that point, if they do this, it's over.
You all go on for grub now. I'll hold the scene here. That's the I-30, the Compal car. There's nothing in them, no?
We searched the area surrounding where the 4 persons were seen and other persons who we believe would have been involved in that transaction, and the crew are after finding the gun with the silencer on it, like here. So we just get scenes.
I wonder if she snores.
Crime down now to take photographs of it in situ, and then we get it forensically examined. So it's actually a fantastic result. And that's it. That orange glove was with it.
It wasn't covered over. It's covered over with shrubs. I just saw this.
But the orange glove was with it.
Yeah, exactly where it was.
Shortly after 7 a.m. this morning, Gardaí seized 2 machine guns, a Magnum handgun and a silencer, along with 300 rounds of ammunition and more than 200 shotgun cartridges.
That work that was done that located those guns was fantastic work. But you can see the amount of guns that are still in play. We believe from one of the attacks there that there's at least 1 machine gun in play, and clearly from even the video you can see the number of handguns that are there. So they haven't been located, so they're still there and they have the potential to kill people.
As a sergeant, I worry. Everyone is unarmed on my unit and we are dealing with persons involved in the feud. Okay, so that's obviously a worry for me. However, what I will say is we're hugely supported by other units. The detective unit are armed, they give us great support locally, and also we have the armed support unit.
Now, I would ask...
I'm sorry, that doesn't sound like... I couldn't trust that. I couldn't trust that. It's just, y'all not with me side by side, I don't care.
That the visits are...
If somebody get the drop on me and decide to up it, and I'm just standing there with pepper spray, I'm upset at myself for filling out that application. That's tough.
Are done by a combination of armed and uniform.
Being armed would definitely change the way you go about your work. We're usually the first response, but we have a great deal of support there behind us. Then, you know, we have the armed support unit there, which isn't something that we had when I first joined the job.
We have had situations down through the years.
I'm glad y'all not armed though. We could never do that in America, but like, it's good to see like it's good to see that the first response out there, they actually got to use their brain and tactics they've learned in training to de-escalate a situation.
Where we've carried out raids and the people have discharged firearms. It happened as recently as last year in Ballymun, where ERU did a breach and one of them was shot, and the shooter claimed he thought it was someone he owed money to. These people are so spooked, they're assuming at any time that they could be shot by the opposition. But we need to stamp on this, and we need to commit everything possible to let them know that we're there, we're in their face, and, you know, as I said, getting those guns off the street was fantastic, but there's still a lot more guns, and as they call them, fast guns, which, you know, has the capacity to inflict major damage. We're currently involved in an operation where we believe guns that will be used in a murder are going to be moved within a location in the K District. We have significant resources deployed on that operation, and the outcome hopefully is the recovery of those guns and arrests.
We'll see right now, won't we? You see in these shows how they never tell you how they get this information. It's confidential informants. People tricking. They got snitches inside of every OCG, every gang, whatever you want to call it. It's a snitch somewhere.
He's approaching me there now.
It's easier coming at it towards this one.
What can they get out the back if they go running from the lads? Where can they get?
Oh, they've endless places to go. We were the only marked car in the whole vicinity of the whole bloody operation that was going on, so we couldn't get too close to it. We were keeping step by step by the radios what was happening.
I would keep it clear here now. He's just approaching the exit.
Them guns were going to be used to kill someone, without a shadow of a doubt.
Allegedly. That's hearsay.
He is gloves or something in his hands.
Knowing that the male had the firearm and he was just after getting into the car. It was a stolen vehicle that the driver was in. We pulled up, identified ourselves as guards. Passenger was pulled out of the car and the driver put the car in reverse and drove it at other guards that were there. And then took a big chase.
Someone get a finger on that. You want to get in position and stop that car. Hard stop.
Oh. Still alleged.
We had to put the car into the ditch in order to stop him before the firearms were lost, or because of the manner of his driving, he was going to do anything to get away, and he was on windy back roads and anyone could have been killed.
He going to jail now, but it's over.
There's two in the passenger seat there. There's two little handguns, yeah.
I think a lot of people don't realise outside of the job that we're going to incidents where there's firearms. We're going to incidents where people are.
That airbag did nothing for him. Both faces done.
Could possibly kill you, whereas majority of the people will be driving away from it. We're driving to it, but you only give that thought afterwards.
How the airbag ain't? This is a terrible car.
They had the black latex gloves on to leave no trace of DNA. They were driving a stolen car. There was 30 rounds of ammunition in it and 2 firearms. So whoever that was intended for, they were going to be shot.
There's a lot of gangsters in the K that are only walking around today thanks.
A lot of people believe everything happens for a reason. So with that said, what if these police stop fate? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if whoever they were going to go get had plans to take out 40 people? Not all at once, but like throughout the next 10 years, he's going to do 40 people now. And y'all stop him from meeting his demise. Y'all stop fate. Something to think about.
Thanks to the guards and our interventions, whether it be our local units or national units. But I'm not expecting a pat on the back anytime soon.
Well, it sounds like it. You patting yourself.
Who's with you? How are you?
Honestly, I think we all knew as a team that eventually they had got that reckless and the feud had kind of ignited that much that we were going to get them hands on. We knew it was just when.
Yeah, when you think back of it, it was a bit of a mad day, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's a great result. He'd be one of the main targets at the moment, so it's on. The fact that there was a hard stop there as well, he was making attempts to get away. I think the lads have Dean lifted as well, so the two of them will be in the station now tonight.
Absolutely, it's a great interception.
That's it?
The reckless nature of gangs now, they don't care. They don't care about the guards.
Bro said episode 2. Ryan, no sir.
They don't care about the local community. And
not right now, at least.
If they get away with these kind of acts, we've lost it. So that's why we're taking them on.
Ooh, Glocky.
We're going into Court 5 in the CCJ, which is the Circuit Court. The two Fitzsimons, the father and son that were caught with the...
They thirsty. 6 months later, that's when the trial started?
The firearms and the ammunition. They're up today for arraignment, so we're hoping that they might throw in a guilty plea this morning, but we'll wait and see. If they do throw in a guilty plea, it'll be put back for a few weeks or maybe a month for the judge to decide on sentencing, but we'll see how it goes inside here now.
They really can't fight it. They caught red-handed. But at the same time, you actually can't. You know, yeah, y'all caught me with all of this stuff, but I wasn't going to do what you said I was.
Father and son appear in court charged with possessing guns and ammunition. Kenneth Fitzsimon's further charged with driving a stolen car, 3 counts of dangerous driving. It says Garda Richie Finan told the court he arrested Kenneth Fitzsimons for the purpose of charging him at Blanchardstown Garda Station at 10:35 last night. Charged at 12:15 and made no reply to any of the 8 counts after caution.
So what? That's not bad. They played out and got lesser charges. So he got jailed for 5.5 years, possession of a firearm, which he couldn't get around, dangerous driving for taking him on a chase, and resisting arrest. It's not bad. It's like 2 years, 3 years, he out. That's decent. They could have got you for a lot more. That's what the plead out is, though. What else?
To get a result like that, it's great. It's 2 lads off the street that essentially we're going to go out and either shoot someone or shoot up a house or use the guns for intimidation, drugs. You know, so it is. It's a big day, I suppose. Yeah.
Don't tell us about next time. We'll figure it out. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see how this is received on YouTube.